What's up, everybody? What the hell is going on with Nvidia stock? Nvidia stock is up over 180% year to date. And in this video, I want to go in very in depth on, is this maybe the top for Nvidia? I want to take a look at the daily and how we closed because it looks very, very weak. I want to take a look at the overall chart. I want to take a look at the RSI, which is telling us something huge, that it is starting to top off on the chart. And then I want to take a look at Nvidia and how we hit a $1 trillion market cap, and most importantly, why is even Nvidia up? Okay, why is Nvidia stock up 180%? And this has a lot to do with AI, which I want to explain in this video. Later, I also want to make a video on the China and Taiwan situation, because this could be a black swan event through the next 2 years. So something like Russia and Ukraine was a black swan, and something like COVID was a black swan. And we just have to understand that this might also be a possibility. So I'll be going over that in another video, so make sure to be tuned for that. And then I'll be taking a look at the top companies and just going over my analysis and why I am shorting Nvidia stock, because I want to short Nvidia stock, especially if we take a look at the largest companies by market cap. It is up there in the top 10. So I'll be going over that, and it'll be a very nice video, so make sure to subscribe. Make sure to check out Mumu, follow me on Twitter, and let's get started. So on the year to date, Nvidia is up 180%. And if we take a look at the yearly, 114%, 5-year, 522%, and then on the max time frame, 48,000%, absolutely huge. And the questions that we have to ask ourselves is this going to keep happening? Is it just gonna keep going up on the daily time frame, or is this potentially the top and we can look for a put option play, or we can look just for a short scalp play for Nvidia? And if we take a look at the daily time frame, it looks incredible. But before I actually want to get into the technical analysis, I want to go over why even is it Nvidia going up. So first thing we have to understand is the AI boom. Okay, the past couple weeks, the past couple months, you guys have seen ChatGPT, you guys have seen AI art, but you have to understand people, and there are investors who want to invest in AI. And obviously you have stocks just like AI. So pretty much actually anything with AI is actually going up right now. That's kind of like the trend right now. So people want to invest in AI, and Nvidia is a huge one. If I think AI is the future, I want to invest in Nvidia, because Nvidia is the one that makes the computer chips and the graphics card for Google, for Microsoft, and for ChatGPT. And that is a very, very important factor. And not only that, Nvidia has been investing in AI very, very early on. Okay, so they have a record with AI. And I think they're also working on like their own AI. They went over there on a keynote that they did, and we could see that Nvidia hit $1 trillion. And I don't think people really understand what it means to hit $1 trillion. I have this website called companiesmarketcap.com where we could see the biggest companies in the world. First we have Apple, then we have Microsoft, then we have the Saudi Aramco, then Google, Amazon, and then Nvidia. Nvidia is sitting with the top dogs on the marketplace. You have to understand how huge this is it for Nvidia. And as someone who's probably looking to take a short position, you have to understand, is this what I want to do? And I think this is a great chart where we could see probably how overrated Nvidia might be, at least for the short term, or just see potentially a overreaction. And this chart tells us a lot, which is really, really cool. We have it's bigger than Meta platforms now, which is incredible. Tesla, and even just insane. So this is a really nice chart. You can also look at by revenue, which is also really cool. So is Nvidia even profitable? Like, are they making profit? That's another thing to keep in mind of. So this is the market cap, and then kind of like the thing that I want to go over here is if you're a Nvidia investor, there is a threat with China and Taiwan, especially the recent couple months. You have China kind of teasing with whatever they are doing. They are rising as a global dominant power. But I want to make a whole another video on this, a very nice video with evidence, cited evidence, which is going to go in very in depth on potentially being a black swan event, especially the next 2 years. So stay tuned for that by subscribing with notifications on. Now I want to take a look at the chart, and I want to go in very in depth on the psychology and the analysis of the chart. We can see that we are up a lot, but the first thing that I straight up just look at is how we closed today. This close was very, very weak. If we zoom in and we see this candlestick, we could see this kind of looks like a, what's it called, a star gazing candlestick, I believe it's called. Okay, I'm not sure what I'm looking at right now, but this just looks bearish. We could see that we had this wick, price went all the way up, and then we have this close going on here, which it does not look good. I think it's called a shooting star candlestick. Yeah, so this is the shooting star candlestick. Something like this looks like this. So we have price, which went all the way up, and now we closed here, and this on the daily just looks bearish. It does not look good psychologically wise. And the next thing that I'm actually looking at are these gaps. So we have these gaps down below to kind of fill, and these are what I like to call exhaustion gaps. So exhaustion's gap is when we gap up, but the RSI is overbought. Now, the RSI is an indicator that tells us when a stock is overbought or oversold, and we could see that Nvidia is overbought. The RSI is like reaching just peak level for the RSI, pretty much almost at all-time high for Nvidia. So when I take a look at this chart, I want to take a look at the price targets. My conservative price target, because you don't kind of go expecting to fill this gap down below, but my main price target that I am looking at is the gap entry. So if we want to grab puts, a month out puts, I want to fill this gap, start taking profit, and then kind of this has to be the conservative price target for Nvidia, because saying that we're going to fill this gap, it'll take a while, because the bigger the gap is, the longer it'll take, and I feel like this gap is just a lot easier. So we can have something like this, and we trade between then, and then we can potentially break down depending on how the market goes and what happens economically and politically. So that is what I'm looking at in for Nvidia. Overall, it looks bearish. Now, personally, puts, I'm not messing with puts right now. We're just naked options. I want to take a look at a put debit spread, or just straight up shorting shares. The play that I want to look at is just shorting shares, and that is what I'm looking at, because I don't like the idea of data, especially right now. We can just trade sideways for Nvidia, so I want to kind of short with shares. But that is really it with Nvidia. A very, very simple video. A lot going on. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see you guys later. And I know Ford stock is actually up a little bit. So Ford stock is running, $13 is my price target. I want to scale out there some, and then $14 is going to be kind of the main price target where I'm looking to get out. But that is pretty much it, and see you guys later. Take care.